in R. What are the loops in R? Actually, the loops mean there is a certain conditions that we want our code will execute if certain conditions satisfy, right? So what we're gonna do, we have some initialization. If then we will put one condition in here in our code, condition. If this condition satisfy, mean it is true, then what will happen? It will execute the code. Okay, so for example, if I want to say, let's say I have an array of numbers. Array is equals to C, maybe 1 to 10, right? For example, if I have this one, so what I am gonna do, I will put one command. I want that if if it is a even number, then print it. If it is odd number, then do not print it. Or if the values are greater than 10, greater than 5, print it. Otherwise, don't print it. Okay. So what we're gonna say, if in bracket there will be a condition, and then there will be a middle bracket, and then code block. That's it. Okay. So if I say if for example, array is greater than 5, then print array. Like this one. Okay, so we will talk about this one, and then our other example is wait, let me clear it. And then in the if condition, there is another kind of loop as well. So we call it if else condition. In if else condition, what will happen? It is a it is a if condition, it is a loop condition, but there are more than one conditions. For example, what we're gonna do, we're gonna start initialization. Then we will put one condition in here, that condition 1. If this condition is true, then execute the code. But if this condition is false, then execute the code in this way. Okay, you guys got it? Earlier, there was no loop this one. We only tell that if this condition is true, do this one. But in here, we put two loops. If this will happen, then put this one, else put this way. Okay, now we have two ways. One is in this direction and one is in this direction. So we're gonna have one simple exercise of the RStudio, and let's see how it works. I'm gonna share my RStudio screen to you guys. Stop sharing. Okay, now you guys see, you can see the screen of RStudio, right? Okay, you guys can see the RStudio screen. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, the conditions, the first condition. For example, I have one any kind of list. So let's say what did this today? 20, 23, 03, and 04. It's 4th of March. Okay. Okay, so for example, I generate a random number. I create a random list of numbers. For example, I would say that x is equals to sample or CAM sample 100, 1. Okay, run. I have x, enter. Enter. Just 1 minute, please. Okay, so I'm gonna generate one random list. So in here we can use the function run if command, and I would say that generate like the list of numbers, and in here it will say n is the number of the observation. I would say like 100, and then it will ask us about the what is the minimum value. Minimum value I will say 1, comma, and then it will ask me maximum value is equal to, let's say, I would say the maximum value is 100, right? And I will just run the code, and let's say x, enter. So these are random numbers, like there are 100 different numbers. I generated 100 different numbers in here. So I'm going to apply for the if conditions. So for example, if I say if, I will write if x is equals to, if x, sorry, just write if, then bracket, x is greater than 50, then, sorry, shift, print x. Okay, that's it. So let's see. But there is something print, sorry, print x. The condition has length greater than 1 x. Wait, what is the error? Let me see matrix. Okay, maybe I need to create a matrix, because let's create a matrix ARIX and run if 6 and ROW is equals to, let's say this is my matrix, and I would say that let me copy this one. Okay, A is my matrix, which has two number of rows, and there are total 6 number of elements. So let's say this is my matrix A. So I would say that if all in matrix A, all in matrix A is greater than 0.5, then print all the values were larger. Okay, so let's see. Sorry, there is something missing. There is something missing, I guess, in here. If that one, then I don't know what's going on. Is A is a matrix element. Just wait. Let me. What's happening in my code? If what? If print if okay. So I found the error. For example, A into 2 2 is greater than 5, then if I think there is something error going on. Wait, let me see. Some- Um, okay, okay. So I think we're gonna have loop. That's why. Okay, let's try it again later. Okay, so let's say x is equals to 5 if x is greater than 5, I don't know where is the error. Our if x. Okay, now maybe we get the error. Okay, so again, so for example, we have a number, let's say x is equal to 5. So if I want to put a condition that if this x is greater than 0, so in here I put the conditions. If my x is greater than 0, then execute this code. Okay, if x is greater than 0, then show positive number, let's say. If I say x is less than 0, then print this one. And now why our previous code was not working? The reason was that this condition will only work if it is true. If it is false, then it will not work. Okay, so in our previous one, that was the issue. So for example, if I say if x is greater than 0, then print it. See, it is printing. If unless this condition is true, it will work properly. But if it is not true, then it will not work. For example, if x is greater than, let's say, I would say greater than 1, it will work. It will show you that positive number. If x is greater than maybe what you can say 0.4999999, then print this one. Okay, positive number. But when it will go beyond this limit, for example, if I say x is greater than 5, then print this one. It will not work, right? So now we will use our if and else condition. If x is greater than 5, print this, else print other thing. Okay, so now we will put the if and else condition. If x is greater than 5, print x is greater than 5, and else print x is less than 5, and then the bracket is closed, this one is closed, and this one is closed. Okay, so our x is equals to 5. So our x is this one, and expected error in else. Okay, what is else? Sorry, maybe there is some error. Okay, so maybe the bracket one. Let me copy it. Maybe this one. Always, there is always a bracket issue. If x is equal to this one, else this one. Okay. So again, okay, so now in here. So now we put another thing like our x is equals to 5. If x is greater than 0, if this x is greater than 0, then print non-negative number. We put one condition and we say that execute this one, else execute this one. We put two conditions. One condition is x is greater than, then execute this one. And if it is not true, then execute this one. Okay, so now let's say x is equal to 5. So if x is greater than 0, so it means because our x is 5, so it should print non-negative number. So let's run this one, non-negative number, right? It is executing. So for example, if I say x is equals to -2, and then let's see, it will say that it is a negative number, right? So that's the difference between if and else condition. You guys got it? So the first condition, which we call if condition only. So if condition stands when one condition is true, then it will execute the code. But in if else, it will execute in both direction. Either it is false or true. If it is true, then it will tell us do this thing. If it is false, then do in another thing. You guys got it? So let's have one more example. Let's say I will create an random statement maybe now. For example, I have a matrix A is equals to, let's say there are matrix and let's say data is equals to what can I say, like 1 to 6, and n rows is equals to 2. Let's generate a matrix A. Matrix A is 1 2 3, 1 2 3 4 5 6. Okay, now I want to say that if all in A, like A is greater than 0.5, right, then print. I always have problem with this one, the brackets one. So make sure you will just copy and paste this one, print let's say greater than 0.5. Okay, so I have A in here, and then let's try to put, see in here, all the values, all the values in here, it will check all the values. And let's say if I would say that 3, so now it is false, right? A is greater than 3, then print this one, so it will not work in here. You guys got it? So let's have one more simple examples of the if and else conditions. Um, okay, so there are, okay, so there is more command. Let's see. So sometimes we can add like the multiple conditions as well. So for example, I have x is equals to 0, and then I say if x is less than 0, sorry, if x is less than 0, then I will put my first condition, print negative number. Okay, this one. Why there is two? We put this one. Okay, and put it is a negative number. Then else if x is greater than 0, this is my second condition. Then again put this one, print x positive number. And finally else print 0. Now we have multiple we have a multiple commands, like, sorry, in here else is gone in here, and then else we don't need this one, sorry, else print. Okay, yeah, we'll have issue. Okay, this one. Now our x is 0, so when we run this code it should print 0, let's say. Okay, so there is something, there is some error somewhere. I always have issue with the brackets. If this bracket is closed, if x is greater than 0, then okay, I put in here else. Sorry. Now it should work. Okay, now it's working. So our x was 0. Our x was 0. So it says me, we give the command if x is equal less than 0, then it should be a negative. If greater than, then it print this one, and then print this one. Okay, so now let's say I say -2, so it should print the first condition. Okay, let's say it's negative condition. Okay, so can you make a code like if else condition in which it tells you that your this X number is positive or it is like the even or odd. Can you guys try? Please try that. Make a like any condition in which it tells my X is either even or odd. Can you please try? Let's see who gonna make faster. So in here, I made a code. There are some students who send me the code as well. So for example, in here, I say that X is equals to 4. So I want to see either my X is positive or negative. Then what I'm gonna do, I will put the if else condition. So what I say, if X divided by 2, this is the sign of the remainder, because if 4 divided by 2, the remainder will be 0. Either it will be 0, either it will be 1, right? So I say if it is equals to 0. So now there was one student who asked me that why we are not using equals to sign in here. So most of the time, if you put equal to sign in here, it will not work. equal to sign is like this one, exactly equals to x remainder to exactly equals to 1, then print this one, else print this one. Okay, so it will run, and we have this one, that our x is even. So now let's make a bit let's say the multiple of 3, if this factor is multiple of 3 or not. Can you guys make, like, put a condition, like for example, if I have any number in here, x is equal to something, and then I want to see if it is a multiple of 3 or not. So for example, if I put the value like something like this one, and then I will say, okay, x is equals to this one, and then it is even, because it is ending with 2, so it means it is even, right? So you guys make a code which will tell us it is a multiple of the multiple of 3 or not. So I will also try. Let's say my x is equals to maybe something like this one. So I want to check my x is a multiple of 3 or not. So I will say if sorry, x, the remainder is double 3 is equals to 0. If this one is 0, then what it means that it is completely multiplied of the 3. If it is this one, and then I would say give the condition print x is x is a multiplier of x is what's in a multiplier? X is x is divisible by 3, and else sorry else print x is not divisible by this one. Okay, now let's see x1. So it is divisible by 3. So for example, let's say make it 4 and make it 3. Let's see. It is divisible x, sorry, not. Okay, now it will work. So in here, okay, x is equal to 3, and now you can make any like multiplier of 5. Multiplier of 5. Can you guys make a multiplier of 5? can you guys make a function that will tell if it is my x is multiplier of 5 or not? Okay, so one student sent this one is good. Let me check. If x is this one, if this one is equal to this one. Okay, so another activity is that. So yeah. Okay, so one more activity. Can you guys make a function? Again, listen. Can you guys make a function that will tell my given x is even or odd? Again, make a function, right? Make a function that will tell, like I will say, I will give the name of this one like shortcut and put the values of like 5, 4, and when I run this one, it will tell me in here, it will print this is even number or this is odd number. Can you guys make a function? Okay, I will also try to make a function. Let's say function. Okay, it will be complicated with respect to your brackets, so make sure the brackets are correct. Okay, function, let's say my function is dependent on x, right? And in here I would say I will just put the value here. Function x, if x is greater than, if x is greater than 5, then print this one, else print this one. Is it correct? Return. Okay. Okay. I will say return this one, else return. Oh, I didn't give the name of the function. Even or. Okay, this should be 2. Let me think. Even and odd, and then I will say even 2. Sorry, it should be even and it should be odd. Okay, and then if it is 3, then it will tell me odd. Okay, so one student sent me this function as well, even odd. Okay, let me think. Here there is issue with your code. Why is this one? Okay, now I think it's working. If x is equal to this one, return this one else, return this one. Okay. And the student who sent me this code, please check your things. You don't have proper brackets in here. So this one look better. Let me think. Okay, again in here, odd function. So okay, that's working. That's working. So you guys have proper understanding what is if condition and if else condition. You guys have any question regarding this one? So now make a function. Now make a function that will tell us it is a multiplier of 3 or not. If it is multiplier of 3, then print yes, it is a multiplier or divisible by 3 or not. Like just make like this code. Meanwhile, I will do something else. Now make a function with a multiplier of 3 or multiplier of 5, 7, 10, or whatever. Okay, so there are different students and maybe different multiplier of 3, the 4. Okay, so now make a function in which it will tell that it is a multiplier of 3 or multiplier of 5 combined together. Multiply of 3. If it is a multiplier of 3, then tell me. If it is a multiplier of 5, then tell me as well. Can you guys make this code? If it is only multiplier of 5, then tell me it is only multiplier of 5. If it is multiplier of 3, then just tell me that it is a multiplier of 3. If it is multiplier of both, like 5 and like 15, if it is 15, then it is multiplier of both 5 and 3. Can you guys make this one? Okay, let's see who gonna make first. Multiple of 3 and 5. I will also try. I will just use this one, multiplicatory function. Multiple if set is equal to 0, then else if set remainder is equals to 0, and 5 is equals to 0, then multiply. Okay, and then if this one, if else set remainder Okay, so there is a student who sent me multiply of. Okay, so let me check his first number and function. Let me see if your code is working or not. Okay. I am not sure my code will work or not. Okay, so the student said that number is the name of the function, and function if x is exactly 3, then multiplier of 3. If this one, then print multiplier of 5, else print not a multiplier. No, 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 no. So I was saying that if it is multiplier of both 3 and 5, then what you will do? If it is multiplier of both, then I want if it is multiplier of both. Okay, so multiplier is equal to print else none of the above. No, not my condition was not this one. My condition was if it is a multiplier of 3, then display multiplier of 3. If it is a multiplier of 5, then display multiplier of 5. If it is a multiplier of both 5 and 3, then print multiplier of 3 and 5. And at the end, print this one, and else, sorry, print none of the above. Any of the above. Okay. So any of the students, okay, I'm not sure if it is working. Okay, so see what did I do? I made a function and give the name of the function multiplier 3 underscore, let's say, or 5 multiplier 3 or 5 function. Okay, so I give the function if as z is equals to, if z is greater exactly equal to 0, then print this one. If it is 5, then it will print this one. If else, if it is multiply of 0 and the multiplier of 3, both. Okay, so this is and, this is and. Okay, so if this condition is true, then print this one, and at the end I say print none of the above. Okay, so I am not sure if it will work or not. Okay, unexpected error in the else one. I don't know where is my error. Can anyone help me finding the my error in this one?
Sir.
Yes, yes.
I think, sir, if example, in the multiplier of 3 and 5, which are 15 and 30, then if you put 15, then if it, if in the first, if you get, since 15 is a multiplier of 3, then it will automatically say multiplier of 3. So if you first put multiplier of 3
Mhm.
and 5,
Yes,
else
yes,
if,
yes.
then it will, one
So
second.
I should put it up there, right? So
Yes, sir.
I should put this one in the first step because it will check if both first and then. Okay, that's good idea. Okay, so I'm gonna put this condition. I'm gonna put this condition up here, and this is 5, and this, and just remove this one. Okay, so again, so multiplier function, if this condition is true, z is equal to this, then multiplier of 3 and 5. it should be, okay, multiplier of 3 and 5. Okay, and then if else 5 is 0, then it should be multiplier of 5. Else if this one multiplier of 3. And then finally it says that print none of the above, this one, but there is one error, I guess, with the bracket. Okay, so let me check the brackets first. Okay, this one is bracket comes here. Um, maybe I have a bracket issue. So if this my condition and then print this one, okay, this is closed. Else if this one is this one, and then this one is closed in here. If else this one and yeah, in here I didn't put the bracket. It should close somewhere here. Print this one. Okay. Okay. Else print this one is here. This one is here. Okay. So this one is extra. Okay. So let's say I run this one. Okay. So now my code is working. So let's see my function is working or not. So, okay, I will just give my font. I will just give a smaller name so it will be easier to my font. Okay, so let's put 3, multiplier of 3. Okay, let's put 4. Then what it will say to me, none of the above. Okay, correct. Our conditions are getting, and 5. Oh, multiplier of 5. Okay, now let's go with 15. Let's see what it says. See? Okay, now my code is working. You see? Like now it's 15. If it is 15, so it is multiplier of 3 and 5 both. So yeah, the student gave very good suggestion that I should put in up there. So for example, just for the sake of the information, let's see if I put in a different way. Just like I will just give the one, and I would say that okay. So I would just say in here. I would put the condition in here. And it's multiple of 3 and 5. Let's say what happened. I'm not sure. Okay, z is equal to multiplier of 3. So it will say multiplier of 3, multiplier of 5, multiplier of this one and this one. And okay, so my function. Okay, let's say my function 1. My function 1 and 15. Yes. So you was right. So if I put this condition in here, so it will check, yeah, it is true. So it will just print this one. So it will not come here. So make sure when you make a code, so the first condition should be such that it fulfill all of your conditions. Okay, and then slowly go down. Okay, now can you add the 7 as well? Multiplier of 3, 5, and 7. Can you make a code? Multiplier of 3, 5, and 7. Okay, so I'm gonna send this code. That code is working. I'm gonna send to everyone here in the chat so you guys can edit it. And now make a function in which it is a multiplier of 5, 3, 5, and 7. Again, listen to me. If it is combined multiplier of 3 and 7, like it is 21, right? So it should show it is a multiplier of 3 and 7 only. If it is 15, it is a multiplier of 7 and 7. It is a multiplier of 7 and 5 and 3. If it is 35, then it should show it is a multiplier of 5 and 7, you know. So in here, now there will be 5 and there will be another command, you know. We will have sorry, we will have another and in here, and z global is equals to 7 0. Okay, so now we will start with this one. There will be 3 conditions first, and then there will be these 2 conditions, and then there will be these 2 condition, like these 2 condition, and then at the end there will be this one and this one. Okay, and don't forget that at the end, if you have to add the else one, like if there is all the conditions are not met, then put this one. Okay, so do it pali pali. Multiplier of 3, 5, and 7. You know, I am using R for your attendance as well. So I always put the if else condition in here. So for example, the student who are coming within this particular time, they will be considered as present. In that particular time slot, they will considered as late. And in this particular time slot, they will considered as absent, you know. Okay, there is a student who made this too. Abijo, okay. Rogers also sent 3 and 5. Okay, let's see for the Rogers. Copy. So she made a code multiplier of 3 or 5 or 7 function. So function is equals to k, and if k is equal to 3 and this one, print multiplier of 3, 5, and 7. Good. if else, k is equal to this multiplier of 3 and 5. Maybe we can just write 3 and 5 only. Okay. And else if print multiplier of 3 and 7 only. Okay. And if this one multiplier of 7, 5 and 7 only. Okay. Okay. And multiplier of 3 and 7 only, multiplier of 5 and 7 only. If else, okay, good. Multiplier of 7, multiplier of 5, multiplier of 3, else none of the above. Great. That's great. So let's see. And multiply, it should say multiplier of 5 and 7, right? Multiplier of 5 and 7. What did I do? Okay, it's correct. And let's say, what is the number that is multiplier of both 3, 5, and 7? Okay, 3 multiplier of 5 multiplier of 7. 105. Okay, so 105. It should say all of the multiplier of 3, 5, and 7. Good. Really good. My function, this one. Okay, this one. Great. And the students, like the students who are sending me like the in the chat box, and I always make a code as well that the students, how many students they are participant who are appearing in the chat box, right? So I always collect them, and then they will get and like extra marks in the final exams or in your class participation. Okay, so the for example, in my art code, I will see, okay, this student, this student, this student, he or she send me the response several times. So I will always collect the names, and I will give one extra number in here. So all of your this chat box and everything, I save it, and then I will analyze it in R. Okay. So make sure the students who are sending me the response and replies quickly, and then they will get the bonus marks, and the students who are really silent and not doing anything, they will not get the bonus marks. Okay, so I hope this is clear to everyone, that if else condition is clear to everyone. Regarding the if else or only condition thing, do you have any question? Let me know, guys, if you have any question. Okay, now now your homework is to okay, so it will not be homework, it's just like class activity for now. So can you make any code that will tell it is a prime number or not? Can you make any function that will tell if it is a prime number or not? You guys know what is a prime number, right? Can anyone try? I want to make a function that will tell me if a given number is a prime or not. If it is prime, then just print yes, it is prime. If it is not prime, then just say, the prime number is 1, 2, 3, 5, 7, and and 5, 7, and then 11 and 13, 17, like this one. Okay, some of the students have already they send me the code. This was from a website. Okay, website. Great. I wanted to ask you that you should explain it for me. Um, okay, so can you explain it for me? Can you explain to the students? You are the first one. You send me. Can you explain? No. Okay. There is another students, Gogo, and prime number function if k divided by remainder 2 is equal to 0 and 3 is equal to 0, then prime. Okay, so let's see if it will work. Okay, so one student sent me this one and let's see it is working or not. There is some bracket error, so let me try to fix the error first. So this one and maybe it in here and this one goes here and bring. Okay. Uh, function. This one is here. You put one extra bracket in here, and this one is wrong. Maybe you just need to. Okay. Now I'll print this one. Okay, let's see. Run the code now. Our code is running. Okay, so prime. Okay, so let's say one. One is a prime. So your code is not working. Okay, the student name. Okay, go Gogo. Can you try to explain how you made this one? What was your logic behind making this code? You don't have idea? Okay, there is his function is x instead of k, so maybe that's why. Okay, k and yeah, okay, let's say k. Okay, and okay, one he said that one is not prime. One is prime or not? One is prime or not? Who can tell me one is a prime or not? According to his function, he said that one is not a prime number. Okay, let's say two is a prime or not. He said that two is not a prime number as well. And let's say three. Three is also not a prime number. What's going on here? This one, okay, so he changed the code. Okay, I will change as well. Okay, I will run this code xxx and okay, prime to 3. 3 is not a prime number, right? Go. Can you explain this one? 3 is a prime number or not? Okay, so let's talk about this one. Okay, 3 is a prime number, of course, but as per his code, 3 is not a prime number. It says not. So let's talk about this one in our next class. before in our next class, please make a code that will tell us that a given number is a prime or not. Okay, so you can copy paste from the website, but the student who will copy paste from the website, he or she have to explain me that how it is working. Okay. This is not related to the prime number code, but I sent this only now. So I found there are many code wrong. That's okay. Good. Okay, so I would say goodbye to everyone now and have a good day, or I think good night there. And see you next week. And please prepare a code in our next class that's showing either a given number is a prime number or not. Okay. So for now, take care. Bye bye.
Thank you, sir.